Hits by the pound.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Colors, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees, them G's that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rank talk, candy paint on D's with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the sun blind your sight, cause things can get grim. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Tuesday Cemetery Podcast. Anyway, stretching it out here in Monterey County, also known to the world as the Salad Bowl, also known as the Salinas Valley. To the people in LA, we are north. To the people in San Francisco, we are south. Right smack in the middle, best of both worlds. Don't forget about the Central Cali. Anyway, folks, today we are going to talk about the gift that keeps on giving. Now, first and foremost, guys, let me say this, that I know laws do apply different in different states. But I do happen to live in the state of California, so this is as far as to my knowledge what things are. Now, with the high rate in crime going on in this world today, so I'm not going to pinpoint just anything. I just want to make sure that we understand what's happening to the youth out there in this world that a lot of them don't seem to understand or don't seem to care about until it's too late. Unfortunately, it's too late. So with that being said, guys, I will say this. Here are the situations. There's a lot of stuff going on today that is probably, or more than likely, will cost a lot of people their entire lives behind bars. Let's just say that. Now, let me start also by saying that, say for example, that's you're talking a high end crime, a huge felony or whatnot, right? That's not to also say, depending on drugs, stuff like that, just different stuff going around, whatever the case may be, right? However, one thing is, let's just say assault. So assault, what a lot of people do not understand is that here's the situation that if you assault somebody, right, and this is way back in the day for a lot of you who don't know about way back in the day, when men in particular, let's just say it that way, when men used to beat up women and stuff like that, the police were called. Women did not want to press charges on these men, so they would get away with it. And that's the end of that. It wasn't until the whole O.J. Simpson, if you don't know it, man, y'all need to Google this. It was not until the O.J. Simpson trial that what happens after this now is that if somebody assaults you, you can say, no, I don't want to press any charges, or they can say they don't want to press charges. But what happens is that the district attorney can and will pick it up. And then there's a warrant for your arrest. And before you know it, when you think everything's cool and all this other stuff, they come knocking at your door and take you into jail for this assault. As minimal as they may seem, right? Because oftentimes people think, no, it's got to be a real beating. No. Assault's assault. You can so much push somebody, and that's assault. So anyhow, it all falls into play too of age and all this other stuff too, which at the end of the day, what I mean by that is you're just adding to your charges on top of that. You could get into a whole other thing of like, it could become child abuse. It could become child endangerment. If there's like a knife on the table when you assaulted this person, whatever the case is, it could be considered elderly abuse. It could be considered all kinds of different, depending on the situation. So here's my thing, and this is really for the youth out there. At the end of the day, it's not worth it, man. Because look, you think about it this way. Say, for example, you feel, I got away with it or whatever, and they come pick you up. And even if you didn't, if it does get reported, there is a track record now on you, right? So it's the gift that continues to give. It keeps on giving, right? And then here's what I mean by that. Because then it comes a time where, say, you say, hey man, I need to get my life together, whatever the situation is, I'm doing this and that, or hey, I'm living I'm doing my thing, I'm not trying to be all this other stuff. Okay, when you go apply for a job and they do background check, even though there was no charges pressed, that's going to pop up on your record. When they do a background check, that's going to pop up. So now, whether you were convicted or not, now it shows here you assaulted somebody. And if there's enough of them, I mean, even if there's one, it can cost you your job. But if there's a whole bunch of them, I mean, needless to say, some people slip through the cracks, but not everybody is lucky. So therefore, let's just say, let's take you back a little bit. Say, you do something like that, right? And there's a warrant out for your arrest. They come pick you up. Okay, boom, that's it. You go to jail. Oh yeah, okay, cool, whatever. You may think, okay, whatever. You may come out and say, oh, it was nothing to me, and yada yada, and I don't care, and all. Okay, fine. But what happens is, then the system enrolls you into, depending on your crime, they enroll you into classes, whatever class, whether it's a DUI class, whether it's an anger management, mental health, so on and so forth. All that's going to cost you money. And if you do not comply, even if you sign up for community service, you do not comply, you're going back to the can. That's just what happens. And the reason I say the gift that keeps on giving, because for the rest of your life, when they do a background check, that's going to pop up whether you think so or not. They say, oh, we're only going to go back so far. Well, if they really want to, they'll check and it will pop up. I have a very close friend of mine that happened to, and this person struggled for years until he finally landed a job later on in life. After going back to school, after doing everything, this person landed a job finally in a good position where he was able to work around people because he had an assault charge, right? And the people that hired him, and he had to work around, like I said, around people. The people that hired him, according to what he told me, they said, we are going to give you a chance. And he told me himself that really meant a lot to him, because he was really in desperate need for this job to provide for his family. Finally, he felt that he had finally made it. Even though it was later on in life, he finally made it, because he had to go through all this stuff, in his life, because every time he applied for a job, they shut him down due to the criminal charge. And mind you, there was not a lot in a sense. There was, but there wasn't. And let's just say it was significant enough, right? So this person had to go through a bunch of classes as well. Community service, didn't complete them. He ran around. He was on the run for a little bit. They ended up catching him. He told me at one point he was going to go do something, and the police showed up to his house and picked him up. That's just what happened. So in a sense, through that person, I speak through experience from this. And I've talked to a lot of people in some high positions in jobs and so on and so forth, and they say, oh no, we don't look through any of your stuff or whatever, like this and that, whatever the case may be. They look through everything. Your social media will tell a timeline, will show a timeline of your attitude, how you behave, what your behavior is with people, how it just paints a picture of everything. Especially if you're putting your whole life on there, which people tend to do, to put their whole life on social media sometimes. which I'm not in agreement with. But anyhow, with that being said, guys, I don't know where this youth today is headed, because I see a lot of stuff going in the wrong direction, and it's going to be a lot harder. And right now, we were all once that age or whatnot. We hey, I don't care, and yada 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 yada. Well, you know what? There comes a period in time where you do care, and that's when it hurts the most, because at that point you cannot take it back, and that's a big pill to swallow, and you have to swallow it, unfortunately. So therefore, at the end of the day, when somebody tries to antagonize you, tries to get you to step out of your own character, to then all of a sudden claim victim and be like, hey, see, I told you this person was this. That's not. When you learn from people, when I've talked to people and I've learned how to conduct myself after a while, like, hey, you know what? Hey, things are what they are. You don't step out of that. You don't step out of that character. Out of your character. I mean, and not to say that you're playing a role. I mean, your character as a person. But again, guys, this stuff, this little things like that, and needless to say, a felony, you commit a felony, it gets even worse. I'm just talking misdemeanors in a sense, and it also, again, it depends on your crime. So again, guys, it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's not something you want to really fall into, especially if you are continuing with school, continuing to, you've done all these proper steps in your life and thinking, well, I'm going to succeed better than what I've already had, and this and this and that. But you are continuously, have one foot in and one foot out, and you're gambling this freedom of yours. It comes to a point in time where the police stop taking reports, or they continue to take reports, and they finally just say, hey, we're done. This person wants to press charges, but the DA is going to pick this up. And now you might as well have dropped out of school, because you just tumbled all the way back down the hill. Again, guys, through a very close friend of mine, I speak from experience, and I hope that, again, when I say, or rather when you say you don't care, I really hope you do, because again, there's going to come a time in your life where you are going to care, and you are going to hurt, because now you're going to be like, well, what the heck, and it's nothing that you can take back, because now this is the bed you made, and it's the bed you must lay in. With that, this is Two Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, signing out.
Need the hotlines. I'm staring at the sun, hella blind, but I wanna shine. Am I really selfish when I say the world is mine? I catch a stick to stones and never let it hit my bones, but my words are gonna feel me like my knees dropping pedigrees. Music is my specialty, like KFC, mac and cheese, third degree with victory. Basically, I'm lyrically, you see me every year like your Thanksgiving turkey rolls. Government status, I'm messing up your voting polls like the troll with the magic beans. I'm the whole stock. Jack, you little punk, I put your ass in my crock pot. Call me Captain Spock. Why you It's burning up my chest to the core, so therefore I can't be ignored. With the Conan sword, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm the predator. My blood is turning two-face green. Check my temperature, you ready for the lecture? As I come with the stretcher, knowledge is the key to everything, so watch your temper. When it comes to the storyteller, I am the treasure. I'm in the laboratory, so please call me Dexter. The music is my pleasure. For 30 years strong, it's two-face ghetto ballin' to the heart with golden arms and flyer. We the ravens up in the sky. We ain't gon' stop till I retire.
Just a song before I go, to whom it may concern. concern.
Haters shake the fist, suckers preaching me rolling. Why you so mad? Why you so serious? Shit in my rear view like the slow and delirious. Keep on mashing, getting plenty action. The home of the G's and pimps, I love it with a passion. Throw it up, it's California, where the sun lays to rest like every day. The home of the color rag, swap meets and bangers. Chuck Taters, Lolos, and them real dope slangers. This is reality, it's where I stay. Along the Pacific in the state of CA. Golden State, from Frisco to Compton and back to Central Cali where the party keeps rocking. It's a California state of mind, and you can't be mad, that's just how we ride. Golden State.